All right, so here I am, AFC MMA Fight Night, Port Richey, Florida. We're having a good night of fights. With me doing judging duty tonight is Devin Rodriguez out of Defiant Warrior Team Darkside. Good night of fights so far.
So far, so good, yeah.
We've seen, some really tough decisions, good fights, great TKO to start the night. A couple, Americana guillotine. We're seeing a very, very vast array of stuff tonight, and yet we still got 5 fights ahead of us.
Yeah.
So, as Devin, Devin's a pro fighter, 1-0. As I mentioned, trains out of Team Darkside, one of the formidable schools down here in Tampa. The school, let me correct this because I'm always getting yelled at by him, Defiant Daniel, Alon, all of the punks over there at Darkside. School is Defiant Warrior, Team Darkside, but you guys have been busy. You guys have had a lot of success lately.
Yeah, we have. Yeah, guys, that's Matthew Gaither calling y'all punks.
So what's next for you, man?
Good. Yeah, that's all on coach though.
They all say the same thing. Great coaching translates into a great team, a great family atmosphere, really. What's next for Devin? When can we see you back in there?
Right now, I'm just training. Just getting my head right, working on my diet. We got a couple other guys getting ready to fight. Dervin's going to be fighting here in Atlantic City.
Dervin, I love Dervin Lopez.
In 2 weeks, so this is a big fight for him, and we're all just right now. We're just focused on him and helping him get prepared for the fight. So after that, then we'll see what happens.
I know they got a lot of guys. You guys have quite a few of your guys are hungry and want to get in the cage. Alon was supposed to fight recently, it didn't work out. Marcos, poor guy, is always trying to get a fight. And I think Marcos and Cam Taylor out of Team Bamboo are guys that are probably 2 of the hungriest, best young fighters we have here in Florida, that seem to always have fights get canceled. They always have opponents come and go, and they have a hard time getting fights. They're very talented, both Marcos and Cam. I'm comparing them because I always feel like they have the same stuff going on. They have extreme talent. You're both coming out of great schools. Obviously Marcos coming out of Darkside and Def Warrior, Cam coming out of Team Bamboo over at Gracie Tampa West. What's it like, as a young fighter when they have that? You've got a hard time finding the fights, or maybe people look at you, they look at research on you, and then they decide, oh, I don't want to fight this guy,
Well, you never know what can happen. Guys training, they get hurt. Maybe they didn't diet right, and it takes a toll on you mentally. So you never know. I've only had it happen to me once in Tennessee, but they found an opponent at the last minute. Marcus and Alon, yeah, it's happened a few times to them. So you never know, man. It's a fight. It's not like it's a street fight where you don't have time to think about it and just get into it. This is something you plan for. So
yeah,
mentally you're stressed out for however long your camp is. So you never know what fighters go through. We train hard. We're training to fight. So it's not like we go to practice and stretch. So every day you're at risk of getting injured. So anything can happen.
Yeah.
That's just the risk in this business.
Now for you, a guy, obviously you've been in the fight game for a while. You've been part of Darkside for a while. You've seen a lot of your teammates, a lot of fights. The MMA scene overall has really emerged here in Florida within just the past 2 years. What is that? How does that make you feel as a young guy who obviously has got a big career ahead of you? You got a lot to offer the sport. To see the sport having great success in the amateur ranks, which is now feeding back into the pros, for a while the pros kind of dropped down, the boxing commission, different things here or there. But now that the pros have started to emerge again, RFC's doing regular shows, amazing shows. XFC's coming back to Tampa. You've got Bellator and World Series of Fighting coming through Florida regularly. UFC can, forget them because they don't seem to pay Florida any attention. But, and you've got other shows, Fight Time Promotions, HOF out of Jacksonville, Island Fights out of Pensacola. There's such a great scene here in Florida. What's it like for you as a young guy to be a part of that and know that you've got a lot of really awesome opportunities?
No, it's great. It's great for the sport, not just for me. For the sport in general, it's great. When we started fighting, we had to go out of state because there was no amateur fighting in Florida. So we had to go out of state. It's only been the past couple of years that they've started to get everything together. And really this past year that everything's taken off. So it's great, man. Right now we're here in the AFC in Port Richey watching some amateur fights, and it's fantastic. This is what feeds the fighters you see in the UFC. They have to start somewhere.
I say that all the time.
These are the shows that they start at. And when they hit the pro shows like the RFC, XFC, you know, those are the shows that people really need to pay attention to and really need to support.
Right on, man. Well, listen, that's Devin Rodriguez. We're going to get back to the fights here, and they're actually announcing this right now. Let's hear this.
Very first round, 1 minute and 20 seconds. Fighting out of the blue corner, and new AFC MMA 165 champion.
All right, so this is MMA Matthew, Devin Rodriguez, support local MMA, and I'll talk to you guys later.